Well, I want to introduce you to all of our beautiful friends who are here with us today. So Lindsey is my brand photographer. So if you've ever seen the epic shots of me by the waterfall with the crown on, all the photography that I have been posting for the last year, this is from the genius of Lindsey. So that's how we met. Lindsey became my brand photographer. And then one night, one evening, we're in the canyon shooting a photo shoot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Lindsey, your book's so loud. I can't even, like, we have to bring this book through. And so then Lindsey joined my mastermind. Lindsey wrote her book. I don't know, how quick did you write your book? I don't remember.
I wrote my book in only 4.5 months.
Yeah.
It was fast. And it's the first one I've ever written. I've never written a book before.
And it was like on a topic that you like literally just received the information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it? Can you show us?
Yeah. So there's my book.
My gosh.
It's called The High Priestess, A Wolf in the Lion's Den. And I did channel most of this book using your methods, Keira, and being in your mastermind. And it changed me on a cellular level to write this book.
Yeah, as it does. When we channel the books through, it changes us all the way down to our cells. And that book is just, it's magnificent. It's an extraordinary book. There's something else I wanted to share about you. What was it? Oh, how many kids do you have?
We have 8 children.
8. 8 children. I really want to presence that because so many people say they don't have time to write the book in their soul. And for sure you didn't, right? Like, you're raising 8 children, like what, 16 and under. So you've got a lot of little kids. You run a full brand photography business, and here this book shows up and you write it in 4.5 months. I want everyone to hear that, because most people believe that writing a book, you've got to, like, oh, when I'm retired or when I have space, like, bullcrap. Like, that's never going to happen. And when you channel your book through, it comes through even in the midst of all the other things. Is that
I remember, and I remember you talking about how you wrote at a trampoline park, and I was, even in your mastermind, I was like, yeah, right, I could never do that. But I think we put these limitations on it, and we say this is what it has to look like, even while I'm in your mastermind writing this book. And honestly, I came back from your writing retreat in Missouri, and I was pouring out like 2,500 words a day. It was just pouring out of me, and I was doing that on the couch with all the kids around me, my headphones in. And so then I got it, when I released that expectation of what it had to look like and how it had to come through, it just started pouring it.
I love that. I love that visual of you on the couch with little children climbing all over you, writing this powerful book on awakening our own inner power.
Yeah, and then recently, my bonus daughter, she got curious about my book, and she wanted to read the dedication page, and then she started just reading out loud, and she read 2 chapters of my book, and it was a surreal moment to hear these powerful words and these things that had come through me out of a 9-year-old's mouth.
Oh my gosh, that just gave me goosebumps all the way down.
It was powerful.
Well, I'm excited because you have another book, right? So you just birthed this book in June. Yes. We actually have your summit tonight. So let's plug that before we jump in and start channeling. So tonight is Lindsey Bryant's Author Summit, which is a free event. It's virtual. You can watch it from anywhere. I'll link in the comments below how you can get your free ticket. You're going to come. Now, Lindsey and I are lucky enough. We live in the same vicinity. We're like 30 minutes apart. So we're hoping to find a spot where we can jump in together, and you get to come and ask questions and talk about this book, talk about her experience writing the book. I mean, it's just magic. It's like we just get to have a hangout tonight and have a really powerful discussion. So 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's tonight. I'll put that in the comments. You just birthed the book in June. You have this other book that's coming through. Let's drop in and bring it to life.
Okay.
Yes? Okay. Anything else you want to share before we do this?
Just that I have the link for to sign up for the summit in my bio too.
Perfect.
So they can just click that and sign up that way. Or buy
Perfect.
my book if you want to read it. It's up there too.
Yep, everyone needs to get this book. It's so powerful. All right, let's do this. Take a nice deep breath in. We're just going to clear the space around you, around me, activating this space within us with divine light. What else do we want? I just feel like I'm seeing a lot of like magic, like golden flecks of energy throughout you, throughout me. So we're just waking up all this magic. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to use some oil. Let's do the Sacred Creative process. So this is the process that we use to move into channeling. You know this well. So I want you to breathe in. Letting the smell just start to trigger our minds into the space of receiving. We're going to pour this beautiful light through the crown of our heads from the divine golden crystalline light, breathing it in. Moving it throughout our bodies, cleaning, cleansing, clearing any noise, any worries, any fears, any doubts, letting them move all the way out through the soles of our feet back into the earth, breathing in the light again. Allowing it to wake up our gifts of seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, all of our intuition, all of our divinely given gifts. We're going to wake them up all the way in and through the divine light to be present to help us receive this book with clarity, power, quickness. Ooh, it is fierce. With fierce, what is the fierce momentum. So we're just going to pour all of that through. And we're going to place a beautiful shield of light around you, around me, sealing it up with this beautiful seal to be an added form of protection and to infuse and insulate us with light. We're going to call in our angels, our guides, those who are here to support our work, specifically those who are here to support you with this book. Ooh, who do you have? Who are you calling in right now?
Collie's always there for this book.
What was the name with an H? She came.
Hecate.
Hecate. She's like, yeah. That's very loud. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna call in Kali, Hecate, the Divine Mother. Let's bring her in.
Mary Magdalene feels.
Magdalene, yes. And anyone else who's here to help you bring this book through. And in through the divine light, they'll be present to hold this space for us, to bring your book in with ease. Take a nice deep breath in all the way into your lower womb, lower sacral, waking up that space. Okay, so you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so let's call in this new book. This book that's been tapping on your shoulder. We're going to call it in through the divine light to show itself, that we may hear it, see it, know it, feel it, receive it. So just breathe in with me. And as always, you're extremely gifted. So anything you see, hear, feel, please share, okay?
I just saw 3 circles in each other.
Okay.
2, 3, like interlocked.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so
it feels like
that means?
It feels like 3 parts, like 3 separate full circles almost of the book that need to be written.
Okay. I'm
taking notes too, by the way, if you see me.
So I want you to ask what the 3 circles, what does each one represent?
Experience.
Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book.
How to and healing. That's
Like,
just what came through.
yeah, I like that. Okay, so what I saw, like your Viking energy just really showed up. And like this Viking warrior with this very heavy, dense sword coming through and clearing the way. So just really knowing that there will be moments of fog and moments of uncertainty, and you can call that brilliant energy in, the Viking energy that's within you, that you can clear it out with this sword, this powerful sword. It's a sword of the sword of reckoning. What does that mean to you? That's what I hear. The sword of reckoning.
Yeah, righting what was wrong.
Mm.
That's what that feels like. Because especially like clearing a pathway. Do you care if I talk a little bit about the context of my book?
Hold on, not yet.
You're like, wait.
Yeah,
Like,
not
wait.
yet.
Okay,
We're gonna
okay,
book share itself first, then we can go into
okay,
that.
okay.
Because what
Sword.
happens is we'll get stuck in our minds. So
You're right.
this sword of reckoning, a sword of righting what's wrong. Okay. So now drop in with me, and we're gonna let the book sit on an altar between my heart and your heart, and we're just gonna open it up. And we're just going to ask to be shown, whether it's images, whether it's visions, whether it's words. What I see right away is like shackles on your ankles. And I'm being shown like the book will free you. The book's going to like be the key that unlocks those shackles. And then you get to go and you get to go unlock all the other shackles.
I like that. Yeah, that feels right.
Mm-hmm. But there's something in the way. There's something in the way right now.
Just as my throat chakra gets all tight.
Yeah, it's like
You're like,
here,
there's something in the way. I'm like,
like here to the heart.
mm-hmm.
So go in with me in your throat, in your heart. We're just going to ask to see. So I just see a war cry. So maybe before you channel, you just let yourself have a war cry,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like just, it's like liberating all those who couldn't liberate, all those whose voices weren't heard. Like the war cry is the entrance into letting the book come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's showing me Battleship. Remember that game?
Yeah. I love that game. I played it all the time, actually.
Okay, good. Because I've only played it once, so I actually don't know what it is. So let's drop in and see if we can see why it's showing us Battleship. I feel like you're going to receive this, so I want you to close your eyes and drop in your heart. What does this game represent? Something about strategy. Something about strategy. So what does that mean? What do you hear?
I just saw the word strategic too.
Yeah. There's a strategic way to write this book.
Yeah.
There's a strategic way to write this book to keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a oh, here we go. There's a strategy. There's a strategy like somewhere in the book. There's a strategy to help women create their own safety.
I just heard I have to read The Art of War, the book. Have you heard of that? Because that is strategy.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. 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 Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, there's so much in this. So, I'm seeing you like you're like building tunnels under the earth and like guiding people to freedom. So imagine that the book is the guide, the strategy, the and you're literally creating the tunnels to freedom. How does that feel?
Accurate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So why don't we ask the book, when does it want to be complete? When does it want to be finished being written?
What are you hearing?
So as soon as I closed my eyes, I saw 11/22/22.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's why I laughed. Of
I can do it.
course you
I
can.
can do. There's no, I mean, all this process collapses time.
Yeah, of course you
You
can.
help you help people time travel, and I think I can create portals like that too.
Yeah.
So
We just collapse time over here all the time. All the time. Um okay, so let's create that space. Oh my gosh, like as soon as we named that, like my whole body started to expand like energetically all the way down to my feet. Okay, so there's something I want to take you down into your sacral chakra. So close your eyes and go down with me. There's something about the solar system and your sacral chakra. What does that mean to you?
a lot because I've been watching Gaia quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
And it's all about, I mean, even in my book, I talk about universal law, physics, how physics backs up receiving, how physics backs up everything. And I also have been collecting crystal and metal that comes from outer space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and things that look a little more alien
Mm-hmm.
like. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the full meaning of that stuff is, but like I have a ring that has Tanzanian gold tektite, so it's like a yellow glass that was created when a meteor hit sand.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. So maybe that is like attesting to what I need to have aid me in receiving, because I
Mm-hmm.
noticed certain types of elements helped me move that energy faster and receive faster.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also hearing that your sacral chakra is like a wormhole. So it's like a portal to creation, which, sacral chakra is the creative chakra, but it's like more. It's like more than that. It's like if you can get deep in the womb, it like really like it's, hold on, let me hear. Ah, okay, let me see if I can speak it. Oh, it's like super powerful. Like it's hard for me to speak this out loud. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as you drop into your womb and you create from that space, you bring this book through, it will heal all the generations of woundedness like the stars of the sky. Like that's how many need this work. And it has to come from that deep guttural, like from the gut, from the lower, like deep wounded spaces that women have experienced. What comes to you from that space? What do you hear?
It just all feels accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because it was like my health issues started with my brain, had a brain tumor, resolved that with energy healing and a little bit of modern medicine. Then we moved down my body into my gallbladder, and I just had surgery to get that removed and resolved all that energy space. So it feels accurate in the way of anatomically moving through my body, because one of the things that I asked and ask a lot is to have full body healing from
Mm-hmm.
my traumas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like we're moving down
Yeah.
my body to heal the next thing.
Yeah. And it's just so beautiful. Like it was like as the womb, as you heal from this womb and you create and write this book from the womb, it heals so many, like
Mm-hmm.
the stars in space, the stars in the heavens, right? Just like it's
I
like that
love that.
expansive. So with that being said, let's ask if the book has anything else to share with us, and then we'll let you share what you see possible with this book and who this book is for. Okay, just kidding. No, we're not. The book would like to share with you what and who this book is for. All right.
Okay. That feels
So
accurate also.
that feels a little bit more in alignment here. So let's drop in. Let's ask the book to show us who is this book for? Who is this book here to serve? Who are the stars in space? Like all these beings that need this message and this work. Who are they? So drop out of your mind, because I know you know, but we want to hear. So we're going to drop into the heart. We're going to pour over like this warmth of the sun over your heart chakra. Softening it. If you want to open your palms, and we're just going to open up to receive. So what I see immediately is woman after woman after woman, like battered and broken, either physically or spiritually, emotionally, mentally. It's pretty intense, actually. What do you see? What do you hear?
Well, it was interesting that you said beings, because I feel that it is for something else other than just like maybe there is something out there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
needs the book, because words are really powerful and they express our intentions. And so I feel that whatever reality is created here from our imaginations and our words and the things that we bring into our lives, it also reflects and affects reality out there. So I think it's just like a ripple effect thing. But
Mm.
yeah, for broken, that makes sense.
And I actually, when I said women, I feel like there are men as well that are going to need this book. So it feels like this book gets to be written for men and women,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to open your palms, and I want you to just open up and receive. What can you see? What can you hear? What's the last message that needs to come through for this book?
I just see the word policies, like to
Mm-hmm.
create better policies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just a guide. Okay, that makes sense. So that those are the men that need it, are the ones who have like influence over policies, and the women who are in situations that need to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you go to Europe soon, and you go to your place of origin, and feel into the energy of the Vikings that you came from, I'm just feeling like while you're there, call upon them to help you bring this through. It's that vibrational frequency that needs to come through in this book. It is a warrior book. It is a book of reckoning, right?
Right.
Okay, so with that, why don't you share? We have a few minutes left. Why don't you share a little bit of what you see and have a desire to bring into the world with this book?
The second book that I thought I would write, that I declared I was writing, was about my experience through the judicial system with domestic violence. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and often how the legal system is used by the abuser. And I just wanted to talk about that whole thing. And then I was at another writing retreat of yours, and God was like, we're going to move this out and we're going to put this in. And it was a book about sacred rage. Mm-hmm. And then I've had some experiences when I was praying about clarity about this book, where I've had real life experiences with people who are currently in that situation, and they reach out to me asking for resources and stuff. And there's a lot of addiction in the women leaving these situations. And so, I've been sober for 3.5 years now, from alcohol. And so that's what I'm feeling like the 3 parts are to this book, because there's a lot of policy and legal changes that need to happen to protect victims of domestic violence better. But the only way they can do that is if they hear our stories, and no one feels safe enough to tell their story about that. And so that's what I feel like. It's all 3 of the things now. I feel like it is the sacred rage portion. So it's my life experience with it, the sacred rage that was the energy that moved me out of the situation and got me on this other path to leave. And then the third part, what did I say, was
is it healing?
Healing, yeah, because you can leave that situation, but if you are still allowing those things to control your life, then you haven't really left. And so that's the 3 parts to it. So yeah, it's like, that makes sense with the manual, like a guide,
yeah,
or a how-to, because I think judges need this book. They need to read it. I've even thought maybe a collaboration book as a 3rd book, because there's so many stories of this kind of thing. But I really appreciate you helping me get some more clarity on that.
Yeah. I love this. I love it. And it makes sense why the sort of reckoning came through. It makes sense why the strategy showed up, right? And really like deepening into that the womb space when you bring this through. Like that's the place where all the wound is. And that's the place where it gets to come out, right?
Yeah, that totally makes sense, because oftentimes kids are used as the way to jerk the victim around. So the mother wound, that would make sense. And that's all womb stuff.
Yeah. So let's do this. I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to breathe into the heart, and we're just going to really open up the heart space, like thanking your heart space for being a yes to receive, thanking you for being the warrior voice in the world that you are. And we're going to thank this book. And the book is like very, very, very heavy. It's like an old, ancient, large. It's like large. It's very, very big. And it's got leather on the outside, and it's just this like, whew, it's like that. That's the type of energy it is. So we're acknowledging it in the brilliance and the magnitude that it is. And we're going to actually, instead of wrapping it in something, it's like a folding. So there's like some sort of like a folding, like a real, like almost like, I don't know, the folding of a flag. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like a sacred respect for this book. And then we're going to just hand it over to God and like let God hold it. And then we're going to invite you that you take action, and then the book will show up. So every time you take action, the book's going to show up. But you got to take the first step in the dance, and then the book can come and actually lead you.
All right. I
Okay.
can commit to that.
Yep. 11, 22, 22. That feels like a really magical day. I like that. It's like actually all twos because 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's like all twos, which is magical. All twos are magical. I love it. Okay. So take a nice deep breath in. We're going to wrap you in this most beautiful golden light pouring through your being, allowing your body to transition out of this channeling state so that you can feel really grounded and you can feel really centered even after we were in this really divine light. And I'm just seeing like if you can go put your feet on some earth after this and just really ground in and drink some water, maybe some salt. And just placing your hands on your heart, honoring yourself for being who you are in this world. And just know, Lindsey, I have so much love for you. I'm so excited for our summit tonight. I'm so excited.
Me too. Thank you so much.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.